Guys, Magro Soraka have come out to expose the reasons why all of a sudden the North started supporting P2B. Because I think this is a plot. They are planning on how they will use P2B to remove Tinubu, because Tinubu is no longer doing anything in their side, in their region. Because they all voted Tinubu so that he will come into office and start making their life better. But ever since Tinubu came into office, nothing has been done in the North. So now they're trying to use P2B as a way out to remove Tinubu, and they replace Atiku there and make P2B the vice, so that they will keep on doing their things. Just take a look at this video. First, let me get your views in the comment section, guys.
Yesterday, I made a video and I captioned it Road to 2027. Now, you'll be amazed on the numerous contributions that I have. But going through the contributions, certain comments drew my attention. For one, some people say that it's like I don't want Tinubu to be removed, like Tinubu has bribed me. Of course, you know that that's not true. And some people are like, I don't understand politics, I'm talking ignorantly, that if Tinubu wants to be removed, Peter alone cannot remove Tinubu. Of course, that's true. But what beats my imagination is, why is everybody so settled on the fact that Atiku should be president, Peter Obi should be vice? Everybody seems to just absorb that. Okay, that's fine, that's okay. Then remove Tinubu. Like I said in my previous video, my sole attention is not drawn to just removing Tinubu alone. Why are we removing Tinubu? What are we replacing Tinubu with? Now let me draw your attention. Please listen. Before you say anything, you must understand the devilry that is displayed in politics. You see, in Nigeria, politics has gone beyond a dirty game. It is now a devilish game. Now listen, be calm. When Tinubu wanted to play his own part, what did he do? He pretended he was sick. He pretended he had no more life in him. Very soon, it's even likely that he's going to last maybe 1 or 2 years. You know that we forget very easily. Tinubu, there were pictures showing that Tinubu urinated on his body. There were pictures showing that Tinubu had a urinary bag on him. He was shaking, he was scratching, he was doing almost anything that suggests he has ill health. Voila. The moment they swore him in, he is now talking about 2031. Nobody's... You see, you commentators, you must understand the devilry associated with politics. The high level of deception and tactics of everybody will do anything to get what they want. Now, because I've stayed in the North for so long, I'm a bit weary when it comes to an agreement with North. Very, very weary. Yes, they are good. They have aspects where they are good. But in politics, when it comes to politics, you must understand what power means to the North. You must understand that. Now, we are all saying remove Tinubu, remove Tinubu. Just as we said, remove Buhari, remove Buhari. What did we replace Buhari with? What did we replace Buhari with? We replaced Buhari with something worse. Now we are crying, remove Tinubu, remove Tinubu, remove Tinubu. What are we replacing Tinubu with? You will see Atiku now showing that he is different. Because a lot of people, those argue that Atiku is different. He's a liberal man. He's a detribalized man. Make him enter there. Make him enter there. Do you know what? Do you know that the place of the executive president of Nigeria is the most powerful seat? Because this is where you can do everything and nothing will happen to you. Even when you leave, nothing will still happen to you. Buhari is no longer the president, but he has committed atrocious crimes, yet nobody wants to pick him. You see? Now, let me come to a situation where I think like you. Suppose we agree Atiku, president. Peter Obi, running mate. Suppose now Atiku does 4 years. I'm sure Atiku will not do 8 years. But what is the system that is guaranteed to now handle? Le Kasandara Busha Kasinda. Le Masandara Boroborobo Kakaraka. I am thinking what will lead the North to say, okay, we had an agreement to rule 4 years. Let's allow power shift to the South. I am seeing what my 60 years in the North has formed my brain to accept that thing. I'm imagining Northerners going to the polling booth. Zabi Yamri Yofa. They will stay in the. I am imagining it. Now, Atiku is the same person who said that Northerners will not want to vote somebody that is not a Northerner. Atiku confirmed it with his mouth that Northerners will not vote for Southerners, will not vote for somebody. In other words, Muslims in the North will not vote for Christians. And that's true. That's why he said nothing but the truth. It's just that the reason why he gave that is not true. He said Northerners will not vote for the North because most of them don't go to the internet. That's not true. The reason is that Northerners will not vote for the South because they don't want Christians to be president. Nigeria say Malam. A northern Muslims cannot imagine a Christian ruling this country. He knows it. So for those of you who are saying that Atiku will rule 4 years and you imagine it's not that easy. It's not that easy. What happened to your political what's the word I'm looking for? Superiority complex. That's not exactly the word, but that's what that comes to my head for now. What happens to don't we have political pride? Must we become politically subservient to a narrative that suggests we are not capable of winning presidency except we become subservient to the North? I hate to hear that. Look, let me tell you, I still stand on the ground that the agreement that 4 years will come to Atiku. After 4 years, the North will now reciprocate. You don't know these people yet. You don't know these people. You don't know the. I thank one Abdullahi that commented on my thread that if Peter Obi falls for this trick, that will be the end of him. I agree with him too. That's a northerner. Out of over 700 comments, that's the only comment that knew exactly where I'm coming from. And I spoke with him yesterday, and he was saying, "Wallah, mutanenku gaskiya basu iya siyasa ba." In other words, what he was saying was that, "Wallah, your people don't know politics." And he's very. When these people are pursuing politics, they will say anything, do anything, pee on their body, tell you they are sick, be crying, wipe their face with shed many tears. But as soon as they are there, my brother, everything they did, they will tell you it's part of politics. They will tell you it's politics. My brother, this may be the last submission on this Atiku Obi coalition stuff. It is not left for you to be wise or not to be wise.
This man just said everything as it's meant to be, because I don't know, all of a sudden they started supporting P2B because they're not supporting that Atiku should be the flag bearer and then P2B should not be the vice, which does not make any sense. And these are their plans, so that they will put Atiku there. I think they said that it's going to be a one term, but P2B have said that if he does not win election this 2027, that he's no longer going to contest again for any election. That means that Nigeria have this one last chance to make it right. Because if we decide not to make it right, everybody will suffer it. We will protest and then they will not even care. We will do anything, they will complain, they will not even care. We will cry out, they will not even care. We will do anything, but they will not even care because they don't even care about people they're leading. Because tell me why they've done a 30 days run challenge. Nothing, they not even come and address us. They've done 10 days protest in August, they don't even come and address us. They did October protest, they don't even come and address us. NSAS protest, they don't come and address us. Nothing, you have done so many things to draw the attention of the government, but they don't even care about us. So this is a proof that we have this last chance to make it right come 2027. if everybody would wake up and put all hands in deck and make sure that the right candidate enters office. Because right now, they're not pushing this coalition between Atiku and Peter Obi. Atiku should be the president, then Peter Obi assistant. It's not what we wanted, it's not what we want. What we're pushing is let the right candidate become the flag bearer, and then you can be the VP. And what we want is even obedient and Peter Obi and the that's Ahmed. That's what we even want, because I don't know all this trying to put Atiku first and then Peter Obi second. All these things are also the plans of the North, because we know them. We know them. Imagine Tinubu campaigning, shaking that he is not feeling fine. But immediately he was sworn in, this man became very strong to the extent that he's even campaigning for the next election. That means he's ready to stay for 8 good years. Someone that was shaking. Let me get your views in the comment section about the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video as watch this last one.
It should not be in vain. People protested when Naira was 180 and when they were 1,500, they're not protesting. Are they dead? So let's not say it should not be in vain. I spoke a few days ago and people said I'm demarketing Nigeria. When it's true to be demarketed, one bank has just shown that 75% of Nigerians in rural areas are poor. Is one bank demarketing Nigeria? UNICEF 2 days ago released that Nigeria now have over 2 million malnourished children, the second highest in the world. Are they demarketing Nigeria? Let's face the reality. Their labor is in vain. We have a country now that is not democratic. We are not a democratic country. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Is the election that happened in Edo, is it democratic? Just the last election in Edo is the most undemocratic election. Everybody knows who won that election. So why are we keeping it and saying, let your work not be in vain? It is in vain. So we can start picking the pieces now, because they've destroyed everything people have sacrificed for. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Above all, Jaragowan, you sacrificed everything. The country people sacrifice has turned into a crime scene. All we do today is stealing. You know, and we have to do something. All we need to do is live a courageous life. May God Almighty that called him home grant him eternal rest and grant us the courage to look into what our Father lives for and start picking our pieces. May God bless all of you.
In another development, Peter Obi says 2027 might be his last shot at the presidency after he confirmed he will run for president in 2027 under the Labour Party platform. In a viral video, Obi stated that by 2027, he'll be 65 and might not be willing to pursue public office beyond that age, citing concerns about contesting elections in his 70s. Obi assured continued support for young Nigerians committed to national transformation. He blamed the ruling government for fueling turmoil in the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. The 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate emphasized the need for strong opposition parties in Nigeria's democracy.
It is my belief that this thing, we should even have retirement age for it. I don't want to be running for office. By 2027, I'll be 65 years old, as at the time of the election. And if, for example, they do it north and south, so if it didn't come to me, if I was not lucky, it will go north 2031. The next time it's coming to south is 2039. Am I right?
Yes.
I'll be about 77 years. I wouldn't want to do any election. It will make a mess of it. I don't want to do that.
All right, that was Obi there speaking. We have in the studio to discuss these issues Nana Kazori, Director Strategic Communications and Media Obedient Movement. Thanks for joining us, Nana.
Thank you for having us, indeed.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I've not been on Newsnight. This is my first time.
Okay,
no, I've been on
good.
Newsday. I've been on Arise Prime Time.
So congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats to you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Well, the question, he was there at the Northern Elders meeting, and the question of coalition has been on, but Obi says, I am running on the platform of the Labour Party. That is sending, should I say wrong signals? I don't know. What do you make of it? Because they're talking coalition, he's meeting with the coalition, he's going to their meetings, but he says, I'm still running on the platform of Labour Party.
It's just the simple truth. He's still a member of the Labour Party. I was there when he made the comment. And so it was in context. He was asked a question, and it was in response that he said he would be running if today, here and now, there was an election, or there is an election, tomorrow, in the next 24 hours, that's the party he would be running, under. That's the platform that he would use. So he was very specific. All the other members of the coalition are still in their parties. None of them has come to say X, Y, that they're out of it. But I don't know, somehow the media, I will be thanking Arise News, for giving us the opportunity to be able to explain so that the public is not misled, because it is very important that the people who listen aren't misled. So thank you for inviting me to your program.
So what you're saying
Yes.
is that the coalition talks are still on, and is still part of the coalition.
Of course, he's still part of the coalition talks.
So tomorrow, he may not, the language or the phrase, I will run on the Labour Party, may change. If the coalition takes root, he may then run.
Who knows? And what I always want to let people understand is that the coalition is still in the gestation stages. It's too early for anybody to start to say to you, this is what's going on. Yes, I know that Peter Obi sells news, so that's why you would find a lot of media houses have taken it upon themselves to draw news from a rock. And Peter Obi is an Okute, his name is the rock, isn't it?
When Obi says that the government is to be blamed for the crisis, you listened to Dr. Amadi a while ago, I don't know whether you listened to him. When Obi says the crisis in the Labour Party and the PDP is orchestrated by the government or the Tinubu administration, as the case may be, I'm wondering, isn't that a case of shooting himself, their parties, in the leg? Because you're saying that you people can handle it. For me, I'm thinking, I don't know, so I'm asking, isn't that shooting themselves in the leg when you said that somebody is the one causing your crisis?
Why is it that in Nigeria we don't like to call a spade a spade? We know what's going on.
I don't know.
He gave a classic example of a time when President Yaradua, when he was in government and the APGA was having a problem, and he called the then INEC chairman and said to him, I want this thing to be over. I need it to end now. And it did. So when there are issues within the political party and people are crying wolf and people are saying to you that this is where the issues are coming from, we're not conjuring up these names. You should ask yourself, when you think about this, then you should ask yourself, why is the APC in panic mode? Why are they acting as if
who says that?
Pardon me, let me finish. They are. The way that they're acting, the way they're goading Nigerians, the way they're goading people into defections, tells you that they're in panic mode. Tells you that they know. They themselves are also interested in the coalition. Yes.
Defection is part, anyway, whichever way you look at it, our constitution seems to have an issue there.
No,
but
we don't have an issue. There's no issue. Everybody is entitled to freedom of association.
Yeah. So,
absolutely. But
so
when you have a rubber stamp National Assembly that refuses to declare those seats vacant, please give me the answer, Mr. Ndi.
I just read a news where the National Assembly takes exception to being called a rubber stamp.
That's by the way.
That's by the way. The question
I didn't stutter.
Somebody watching will ask, when Obi keeps pointing a finger and PDP keeps pointing a finger at some other external influence, the question is the Labour Party and the PDP, we're talking about Labour Party, expecting another party or an outsider to solve your crisis.
Absolutely not.
So
just because His Excellency Peter Obi is talking in coalition doesn't mean that he's not also having conversation within the Labour Party to be able to sort out the internal issues that have been brewing. That's not it at all. But truth be told, I'm not going to sit down here and then start to divulge certain
solving
information.
Nigeria's problems, does it dwell with the North? That's what he said.
To a large extent. I'm from the North, and that always gives me a lot of joy because all my life, for a long time, what you hear is Nigeria's oil wealth, Nigeria's oil wealth. We have, over time, we've forgotten the other regions. So when he says that the vast arable lands in northern Nigeria, he put it also in context. I'm not good with numbers, so I'm not going to go there. He let us know that Bangladesh, in what they put out in terms of productivity is just the size of 2 northern Nigerian states. And we know that we have the numbers. We know that we have the vast arable land. We also know that we have mineral resources that can be of great, that can put Nigeria back on the pedestal that she belongs. That's what he's saying. It's time for the North to look inward. It's time for us to begin to say, we can do this.
He talked about the North has been voting for something else. It's time to vote for competence and capacity. Mm-hmm. And any right-thinking individual will ask, you're having issues in your party. So which competence and capacity are they voting for if you can't handle your problems? He's advising the North to vote for competence and capacity.
You're still trying to put me into a spot that I'm not going to follow with you. When you people make these kind of comments, I'm wondering, are you trying to elicit a negative response from me? Peter Obi let me tell you something. Peter Obi himself is stronger than all those politicians put together. He's more competent and he's shown capacity, especially because when you look at the trajectory of the things that he has done, he's been consistent. So when you look at Peter Obi, the obedient movement, the one thing you can say about us is that we are one of the most honest people. We wear our hearts on our sleeves. Peter Obi is more interested in a Nigeria. He's always said it, that he's not interested in power grabbing. So his message is not about snatch it, grab it, run with it. It's not served a la carte. He wants the consciousness of Nigerians to wake up. That in itself shows capacity. That in itself shows competence. It's not just about the party and issues that we have. There's a bigger picture. And that's why everywhere we go, everywhere you go, his name is on everybody's lips. Yes or no?
He says, sorry?
Yes or no? He's in the discussions. I'm not talking, well, even in the crisis situation. My mother was a journalist, my late mom, and she would say to you that when they were taught that no news is particularly bad news. So even with the crisis, the man has been steering himself and the party, including the obedient movements, in the right direction. Like I said, it's about the consciousness of Nigerians. PO always wants for Nigerians to understand what their rights are. He lets people, you heard him say that when he's a certain age, he might not want to run. Let me just say this to PO. Sir, remember that you're running for that office through us, the Nigerian people who believe in you. So we might just ask you to run again.
Yeah, but if he knows he can't go on, you can't force him back, but that's by the way. He says crimes and insecurity in the North is a consequence of poverty. And the region must invest in education because it's the easiest way to tackle poverty. What is he saying to the North when he says this? Is he saying to the North that their leaders have failed them?
The leaders all over Nigeria have failed the Nigerians. It's not peculiar to the North, but like I said, context. He was speaking to a northern group that invited him to come there. So it had to be in context. Nigerian leaders have failed Nigerians over the years. You must agree that things haven't gone well for us. Are we still Nigeria's giant of Africa? People still ask. So yes.
We're still, I don't know, maybe numbers.
Numbers?
Yeah.
What do you mean by numbers?
Nigeria is the biggest black continent African continent.
Yeah, in terms of numbers.
In the world, yeah.
In terms of numbers, but insecurity is rife. We have, I think we're second, you know, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of out of school children in Africa. The issues with child mortality rates, women, do you understand? Women and children mortality rates. So what is it? Where?
Okay.
Do Nigerians, please excuse me, do Nigerians have the basics? Do we have basic healthcare, basic education? Are our children on the streets? And so when I say rubber stamp, I didn't stutter. When the National Assembly decides to say to Nigerians that compulsory voting, they want to do it like I think Brazil and Australia, then any right-thinking person should ask, what they should be asking is, why is there voter apathy? Why won't Nigerians want to come out to exercise what is their fundamental human right? Why is there such a distrust of the government? Those are the questions that they should be asking. And you know, you want to be like Brazil, you want to be like Australia, they have energy, they have light. Do you understand how much is energy costing the average Nigerian? SMEs can't even thrive because everything is so costly. People can barely feed and go to the market. Those are the issues that I would be expecting our National Assembly to take seriously. Not that they're going to penalize. It's not yet. We're not there yet.
All right, before I let you go. So, just a final word on that. So, in context, for now, Obi says he is going to contest on the Labour Party, but the coalition is still on and things can change.
Yes, because change is the only thing that is constant, isn't it, Mr. Indy? So let's leave it at that, yes?
All right, thank you so much. Nana Kazaure, Director of Strategic Communications and Media, Obedient Movement, for joining us your first time on Newsnight.
Thank you very much.
Guys, you can now comment your views in the comment section. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. It's like I said, it's your boy again. Keep on, stay tuned, guys.